we give our time, attention, and love. We enjoy sharing and following friends, family, colleagues, and inspirational leaders aligned with our passions and interests in a hyper-connected world. We're all about tribes. We join tribes that speak to us and align with our vibe. In Tribe Goals, we share time with key lifestyle and industry changemakers as they share some of their inspirations, thinking, and flow with their communities. We'll see how they started and grew their tribe, as well as which they have joined, and how that has fueled them every other week. I'm your host, Kimmie Smith, and we'll navigate our favorites in our show, Tribe Goals. On today's episode of Tribe Goals, I sit down with fitness icon Denise Austin. We talk about how she came into the fitness industry, her success with her VHS tapes, DVDs, and daily TV show on ESPN, Get Fit with Denise Austin. We talk about her impact in the fitness industry and serving 2 terms of the President's Council of Physical Fitness and Sport and working alongside Arnold Schwarzenegger. We also talk about her fitness focuses as well as her work with her daughter, Katie Austin. So what was the moment that you realized that you wanted to be in the fitness industry?
Well, I was a gymnast as a little girl and got a full athletic scholarship to college, and I went to the University of Arizona, and then I got my degree in exercise physiology, and aerobics was just beginning. It was the early 80s, and I moved back to California where I'm from, and I met Jack LaLanne, and he's a godfather of fitness, and he gave me my first start on television, and I loved it so much. I was teaching aerobic classes all over Los Angeles at the time, and of course back then we only had little rooms to teach. There was no big gyms. I taught in racquetball courts and things like that. And so I really enjoyed the TV part, and then I got my own show on KABC in Los Angeles, and then I got married and moved to Washington DC, and then started on the Today Show, and then I had my own TV show on ESPN and Lifetime, and everything just kept going. When I was in college, I knew I could teach some type of fitness with music because that's gymnastics anyhow. Mm-hmm. So I just parlayed it into a career.
Wow. I just thinking back to being little and doing it with my mom.
Aww.
And looking at, you had DVDs, the TV show. And
VHS.
You were literally everywhere. Did you consciously think to yourself, I'm going to have this brand, and it's literally going to be something where people are like, oh, Denise Austin, that's a thing?
Well, not really. I didn't know the word brand back in the day, 35 years ago, but I loved what I was doing. I was getting all these letters from people that were saying, I'm making a difference in their life. It's such a fulfilling job, and that's why still to this day I do it, because I love hearing that it changes them and it changes how they feel. And they said, you saved my marriage. I've had people cry and thank me. And so to know you're out there helping people just made me keep wanting to do more. And I figured out how to do more. It was kind of learn as I go. I was one of the first to kind of create some of this stuff. Absolutely. So I was learning as I went along, and I could do a monthly segment on the Today Show. Yes, I can, on fitness. And then now I can do VHS. And so it just kept going, and I work very hard.
Absolutely.
Persistence did pay off, and I'm very, I'd work on weekends and make appearances. I constantly love what I do, so I'm a hard worker. So that helped.
That's an understatement. What was it like when it was the first time that you created a video and you knew you were on a set and it's production time and you have all these things going on? What was that like?
Oh, it was like a dream come true. Mm-hmm. I was 27 and my first VHS, and I was able to film it at the MTV studios.
Really?
MTV was just kind of starting, and I used their sets, and I was right here in New York, and I had top makeup people for the very first time, and I was like, okay, and I just did it. I had a routine, but I just went for it, and I was who I was. Wow. And it was rock hard abs and rock aerobics, and I had 2 VHS out of it, and they were hits at the same time my friend Jane Fonda was coming out with VHSs, so it was very exciting time for the industry. Aerobics was just starting in the early 80s. So
I have no idea it was at MTV Studios.
Yes, back in the day.
So crazy.
Yes.
Wow.
long time ago.
Did you come up with the outfits yourself? Like I used to, just being a young girl watching, and I love the workouts, but I also love the style that was involved in it. Especially because there are many photo shoots that I've done that literally we've taken concepts from old outfits you had and brought them in.
Yes. Well, what I did for rock aerobics was I had a unitard on, and I said, this is all about the abs. I'm going to do a cutout. So I got my material around the belly button, and I just used a pair of scissors and cut out a hole in the stomach so they could see my abs while I was doing the workout. And that's one of the biggest pictures. And I've saved all of those, and now my daughter's following my fitness footsteps. So thank God I saved so many, leggings and high cut up the butt leotards and hot pinks and hot lime green, and it's fun because now it's all coming back.
It's all coming back. Like I said, there's a lot of times I'm like, okay, we're gonna make this fun look, but it's gonna be totally workout retro inspired.
Yes.
And of course the girls
let's get physical.
Exactly. The girls instead are like, oh, this is so old school. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah. I love old school.
I love old school, but I love that you were just like,
retro
cut it and show. Like,
I said, I'm not wearing this. I'm going to cut it all out. I just did it on the set.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
rock hard abs, baby.
I mean, yes, you had amazing abs. I remember my girls when we.
You got to feel my tummy still.
Okay.
Oh
my gosh. It is true.
35 years later.
That is amazing. That is amazing. I mean,
thank you, Kimmie.
How do you keep your energy?
You know what? I'm like this. I wake up like this, and everyone laughs. Like everyone asks my kids, "Does your mom wake up like that?" Yeah, if you spend the night with me, you'll see. Good morning.
Oh my gosh! So you're a morning person?
Yes.
And what is your flow like during the day?
Well, it changes if I'm traveling, but most of the time I get up. I do love my cup of coffee in the morning. I squeeze in a workout all the time for 30 minutes most mornings. I try to get in my workout. Then I do lots of online, I, post, I do my social media, I answer all my messages and emails, and then make appearances and give speeches, and I eat lunch and I eat dinner. I never skip a meal. I just love food. But I eat well 80% of the time and have my treats 20% of the time.
Oh my God.
And by evening time, I'm ready for a glass of red wine.
Yes.
I do that's my treat.
Yep.
And I enjoy that. And I have lots of girlfriends. I have a great husband. I have 2 daughters. I have a huge family. So family means a lot to me, and so do my girlfriends. So I tend to do many things with friends.
It is a full life.
Drink and exercise.
Exactly. I love the balance, because it has to be balanced. If everything is one way only, then that's very
And I eat most everything, just all, small bites, moderation.
Well, you served 2 terms on the President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports. Can you tell us about the council and how you came to joining it, and what were your roles and responsibilities in it?
Well, it was years ago when President Bush, appointed me, and Arnold Schwarzenegger was the chairman of it. This is the first President Bush, 41, and God rest his soul, he was the sweetest man in the world and very fit. And so I was under Arnold as our chairman, and we went to schools all over the nation. It's a volunteer job, and we got kids, trying to get physical education in the schools, and which was really hard, but we worked on that, and we did appearances, and Arnold paid his own money on, in every state we went to, and I would lead aerobics, to young kids, and it was the beginnings, grassroots really, for President's Council, and And it was a really fun time because we were trying to, get fitness out there in the 90s. So it was a very important time, and trying to change people's eating habits, which is hard too, we began talking about get rid of some of the sugars in your cereals. And so we did a lot. I even lobbied on the Hill in front of Congress and pleaded with them to change some of, the rules at school to get kids moving more, get physical education back in the school system. So we worked hard.
Well, that council was so huge because in my high school, I graduated in 97 from high school.
Yes.
We actually, starting my sophomore year, in addition to regular gym, you could choose aerobics as a whole class. And that was one of the things that I had. We also had potato bars and salad bars that were at our school. So we were considered very progressive. A lot of times we talked about the fact that because of that council, it allowed our school system to understand why that was so important.
Yes.
So
and
I appreciate your work.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. And we also made kind of recommendations and guidelines, which was years of work with top doctors.
Yeah.
So I learned so much to be around the brilliant minds of medical and health and wellness. So I learned a lot, which helped me grow as, teaching other people and women especially. So I still to this day get on the phone and ask them their opinions, top doctors, all over the country. So I use them as great resources still to this day. So it was a wonderful time and good networking.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you helped launch the Food Pyramid Guidance System.
I sure did.
How was that? What was that like? I mean, that's huge.
Well, they worked with nutritionists all over the country to come up with the kind of the pyramid guide of, making sure the sugars were low and eating whole grains and fruits and vegetables at the bottom, which took up a lot of our plate. Yeah. So they asked me to be the one to kick it off in the Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C. in this glorious building. And it was a huge honor.
That is just... I love that you have done so many different things that we do just without even thinking about it now, but at the base of that cornerstone.
Yes.
How are you so humble about that?
Oh, I almost forget I did it. I'm moving ahead so much.
I'm so nervous to meet you because I just look at how, we go to our Studio Fitness and all these different things that are happening, but it started from such small beginnings to people such as yourself and Jane Fonda and Elaine and all these people.
Yes.
And I was just like, I don't know what she's going to be like.
Yeah. I just love what I do and I keep going and I just feel that I do look ahead, and now my focus is really helping women over 40. I have a new, stop the clock guide and nutrition and workout guide for women because we our age group is kind of not seen anymore.
Exactly.
And I truly believe we want to look good. We want to stay attractive. We want to be healthy. We want to do everything, and that's why I'm here because I want to tell them, yes, we can. I've got the best exercises to get rid of belly fat after menopause. I know how to firm up your arms so we look good when we wave goodbye. Nothing is jiggling. And it's muscles work miracles on your metabolism. And I know through research it does work. And I believe in it so much because fitness is the best preventative medicine there is.
Absolutely.
So I preach that. And I really want my women over 40 to hear me, to learn and to try and not give up.
Yep.
And have a better attitude about it and, be more positive because we get kind of clogged down with stress and at this age in our life. But there's so much to look forward to because we live longer now and we want to feel better.
Absolutely. Well, being someone who myself, I turned 40 in September.
You look amazing.
Which I'm so happy about that. I do
Your
love when I get
skin
started.
is glorious.
People think 22, 23, that's okay.
Yay.
But the fact of the matter is, no matter how much I might look young, the way I exercise now has to be a little different than in my 20s and 30s when I was modeling, where things fell off.
High energy aerobics, and now it's like a little more toning and stretching and yoga and
so what are focuses by 40, 50, and 60?
Well, 40, I still believe that women need a lot of cardio to burn the fat. And then the 50s, I focused mainly on target toning exercises because that's when as you age, your metabolism drops. And one of the reasons it does is because we lack good muscle tone. Yeah. The more muscle cells we have in our body, they're active at rest. So the second you start losing muscle tone is when you start gaining weight. So that's why the correlation between muscle conditioning is so important in your 50s. And I want to save women right away before it gets away with them that they need to focus on muscle conditioning. That's what the guide's all about. And then 60s, I hit 60, so now I do more toning, of course, but I turned it also into more stability exercises, more core, more strength training, and more stretching and balance.
Wow.
Yeah.
How important is recovery to you in terms of when you're working out, making sure that you do?
Very important. I take good care of myself. I take, Epsom salt baths now. I do, in my workouts, I use the foam roller now. Yes. I really believe in, kind of smoothing out your muscles for less stress. I try to, once a month get a massage, a full body massage. So those are just little things I do to, for wellness, for recovery. But I'm a big believer in also eating healthy too. I've added in my nutrition guide, you'll see some new recipes that have a lot to do with omega-3s because we need those as we age. Also some great healthy fats, to make our skin still supple and our hair still fresh. And so beauty plays a key role in what you're eating. So I add a lot of different elements into the recipes that I make. And everything is easy. You can make things quick and easy because if it isn't easy in the kitchen, I won't do it.
Well, that's very true.
Yes.
So what are 3 key workouts that you think everyone should be doing regardless of their age, regardless of where they are in life, that are just great for that abs, butt, and arms? Like those should always be incorporated.
Yes, always. This most simple rule of thumb, something for your upper body, a push-up. If you don't want to get on the ground, do it up against a kitchen counter or your office desk. And it gets the arms, it gets your chest. So that takes care of your upper body. Midsection, the old-fashioned plank, sit-up, something to take care of that whole belly. The core is your center. You have to keep it strong. I love to do it for up to a minute if you can hold a plank, or, change it up and do different bicycles, anything for that. And lower body, squats and lunges for your hips, thighs, and butt. But if your knees hurt you, just go halfway, do mini squats and hold onto a chair or a countertop to use it for extra support.
Wow.
Yeah. So you get something for your upper body, your midsection, and your lower body.
How many books have you written?
12 books.
Wow.
Yes.
Are there more coming out?
Yes, I'm writing a book as we speak.
What is that process like? How long does it take for you to...
Oh, I'm terrible. It's the worst job of my life because I talk so much that I'd rather talk it and then write it and I talk it. I feel like I'm giving a speech to help women, and then that's how I write my book. Exactly how I would talk to someone. Wow. And then I need an editor for English. And then, it's a process.
Wow.
Yes.
So what projects are you working on this summer that you're excited about, that you would love for, our readers and obviously our listeners to Tribe Goals to know about?
Well, on my DeniseAustin.com, I have bought back all of my TV shows that everyone used to watch and miss. Yep. So they could, demand on Denise, get a workout in just like they used to. You could even time it. You want to work out 7 a.m., you go right to my website, bam, it's streaming, so it's easy. And now I'm also working, of course, on focusing all the energies on my Stop the Clock because it's so popular. So we're doing challenges on that. Like this week we did an 4-day arm challenge to get firm, sexy arms for the summer. So we'll be doing some new challenges for the month of July. So come back to DeniseAustin.com and the challenges are all free. And then I do have like an online membership. It's under $100 for the entire year, and you get everything you want from me. All my workouts, all my old TV shows, all new shows, all new challenges, and an eating plan. If you need focus on nutrition, I do, meal plans. Some focus on if you want just the way I eat, or you want vegetarian, or you want gluten-free, or heart healthy. That I have something for everybody.
Wow. And do you and your daughter also work out together?
Yes, and that's another focus I have. Thank you. I love Katie too. Katie Austin is my little daughter, and we do, well, she's 25, but we do mother-daughter workouts together, and we're having she's doing a tour, and I'm joining her in some of the cities.
Yay.
So I'm very excited about that. And this is really fun for me to work with my daughter.
Absolutely.
And she teaches me things about social media. She's the one that got me on Instagram. She did. Mom, you need to be on Instagram. Yep. Yeah, I had Facebook, but now Instagram. And so I learned so much from her being a young. And then I try to help her on, what I've learned in my industry, and the focus on good form and little details that help her. She's been with me. I have two daughters, and my oldest, Kelly, she's in the music industry, and when I would film my TV show when they were young, Katie would stand by the camera and do it with me, where Kelly was out looking for shells or who knows where. And so Katie was always watching, and I had no idea after college that's what she wanted to do. And so it was so fun that she loves it, and she's great at it, and she's a natural, and she learned for years of being there every day. She was even in an exercise video I did years ago when she was 7, Fit Kids. So she's already filmed videos and been on shows of mine for years. Yeah.
It's so funny when you have parents, if you have the ability to. My mom used to make couture clothing for the sports wives and husbands.
Wow.
And I would sit under the kitchen table playing with scraps of fabric. I had the best dressed Barbies. And then years later, I didn't think I was going to work in fashion, but years later, here I am styling all these people.
I love it.
And it's I sat under a table, I designed shoe lines and all these different things.
That's great.
You never know, being in the room.
Yeah. And my oldest daughter is a music supervisor. She picks songs for movies. And my husband is a sports lawyer, but he also is a music nut. Since she was little, they used to put playlists together. So it's one focused on what his passion was, and the other focused on mine. So it's kind of fun.
I love that. So you're based in Southern California.
Yes, we've been in Washington, D.C. for 32 years, and now we're in Los Angeles. It's fun.
So
back home.
Well, back home. So where could we find you, grabbing a bite to eat or a cocktail, working out, and shopping? We like to ask everyone.
Oh, gosh.
In
LA, I love Earth Cafe for food and for coffee. That's one of my favorite stops in Santa Monica.
Love Santa Monica.
Yes. And dinner, I just went to Scopa. I love that in Venice. That was delicious. Italian. I do eat pasta, only from good places. Why not?
Exactly.
And, where else would you'll see me walking on the beach a lot. I do the Strand Walk, which is 5-mile walk on the Strand. Yeah. It's like a boardwalk. And you'll see my husband and I playing tennis a lot. We go on bike rides all the time.
I can imagine.
Yeah, we love to bike ride. We bike ride to happy hour.
Yes. Do you Uber home then?
I only have one.
Okay.
We ride on the beach. We don't go where cars are.
Oh, wow. That's even more resistance than when you're riding on.
Well, not sand, but on the Strand. The Strand.
We went fatback riding in Vermont in the snow, which I had never done that before. And it was a first and last.
Oh, gosh. I love walking the streets in New York when I come from work. The second I land, I throw my bags in the hotel and I get out and walk. Yep. I don't care what time it is. I walk for at least 30 minutes just is a great thing after a flight.
Absolutely. Yeah, because you have to stretch, and there's just so many things that, you could hop on the subway and take a taxi, but I actually walk. I mean, I literally walk from Tribeca all the way to 50.
That's why I love New York.
Because you can see things.
And Chicago, you see so much when you walk.
Absolutely. So, we're always about tribe goals, and people who you follow, whether you know them in person, whether they're family members, whatever, who are 3 people that inspire you in your daily?
In my daily life, I would say my daughters. They inspire me to work harder and to be a good person. They're watching. As a mom, that means the world to me, because my family does mean everything to me. And I would also say, well, my husband, his loyalty to people and his integrity, I look up to. And in business, there's so many. I can't even. I was Jack LaLanne,
right?
And then there's so many in my industry now. I look up to a lot of people who I love. Writers, I think those are really cool. Tim Ferriss and Dave Asprey and.
Wow. Well, my final question is: you have beautiful skin.
Oh, thank you.
3?
And I'm all natural. I haven't done filler or Botox yet.
Whatever choices you have, that's
yes,
business.
It might change.
Sitting here right now,
yes.
Beautiful skin.
Thank you.
What are 3 beauty products that you swear by?
Well, one for my lips, you're going to laugh, but it's called Bag Balm, and it's in this green container used for cow boo-boos. And then I swear by that for my lips, because I don't want, dry lips.
Exactly.
And then, oh gosh, I use different things. I hate to say it. I change, face products a lot. Right now I'm using Boycinus. I don't even know how to say it. Do you know how to say it? And hair, today I used a little bed head.
Yes, I love that. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I am so excited. I could literally talk to you forever.
Thank you.
It was just such an honor to be able to talk to you. I feel like you are like the iconic cornerstone in fitness. So just being able to sit here casually talking to someone who I used to see every morning on my TV.
Yes, for 24 years I was on. Can you believe that?
Every morning I would watch it before I would go to school. And my mom and I would do it together.
That's so great.
Yep.
Because that's what I want for other moms and daughters to maybe do we have a mother-daughter workout on my website and on Katie's.
Yep.
So my dream is to get mothers and daughters all over the country.
Absolutely.
Making sure you check in on each other, keep each other accountable. Like, hey mom, I don't live here right now, but are you walking?
I know that you're energized from the insights on today's episode of Tribe Goals. Make sure to follow us on your favorite podcast platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Stitcher Premium. Tribe Goals is a member of the Multimedia Podcast Network Athleisure Studio, part of Athleisure Media and Athleisure Mag. Visit us at athleisurestudio.com/Tribe Goals and follow us on Instagram at tribe.goals to see new episodes of Tribe Goals, as well as to see what other shows we have launched throughout our network. Tribe Goals is hosted by me, Kimmie Smith, and is executive produced by Paul Farkas and myself. Our theme music, Rough and Deep, performed by JGRLNG. I'll be back in 2 weeks with our next Tribe Goals guest.